Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. If you tried to come up with a list for the qualities that make for a good golfer, it would have to include things like a short memory, dedication to the game, and patience and persistence to overcome obstacles. And that's certainly true not only of golfers, but golf clubs and management, ownership. Well, today we're at Lulu. We're going to be talking to John Rusk. And John knows all about dedication to the game, persistence, and patience when it comes to overcoming obstacles. They had a tragic fire that burnt down the Lulu Country Club clubhouse. That was 7 years ago. And since then, Lulu has been resurrected. Brand new clubhouse, changes to the golf course. And today we're going to take a look and talk to John Rusk about what made it happen and where it is going down the road. It's Inside Golf at the Lou in Upper Dublin, Montgomery County, and it's coming up next. The 25th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. Your next golf getaway is in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Visit montcogolf.com. By the First Tee Greater Philadelphia. The First Tee not only helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit firstteephiladelphia.org. By the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, a community of professionals enhancing the game of golf since 1925. Make sure you thank your golf course superintendent today. By Gap, celebrating 125 years of amateur golf. By Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, a digital publication and private business network. Read the current issue free at jerseymanmagazine.com. By the Haverford Trust Company. For life's must-haves, there's Haverford. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia PGA Section, the experts in the game and business of golf.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
Go ahead. You can have my turn.
Oh my, you have to see this.
Come on,
You can have this kind of summer.
Guys.
Or this kind of summer. This summer, the real entertainment is on the road. Don't miss out on your dream car during the BMW Summer On sales event. Receive a loyalty credit of up to $1,750 on select models now through August 1st.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. As mentioned, we're at Lulu Country Club, Upper Dublin Township. Beautiful day. Look at this golf course. It is in just pristine condition, thanks to this guy, John Rusk, who you've seen on Inside Golf. We've been here a few times, John. Good to see you again, my friend. He's Mr. Everything here. His official title is General Manager, but he knows exactly what everybody's supposed to be doing, and you make sure they do it. And look at this place, John. It's in excellent condition.
It's the greatest place on earth right now.
It
Everybody's happy. The membership's pumped up and excited about a lot of stuff we have going on.
You have a lot going on. In the background, you can see part of the restoration project for the bunkers. First of all, you brought in architect Tyler Ray, and he's an up-and-comer in the world of golf course architecture. He's busy, but he's got the job of trying to restore. How many bunkers here?
Roughly about 100.
Okay.
So Tyler's the best. First time I met Tyler, he came on the property. Didn't know who the guy was. He said, "Hey, I see some stuff you're doing on Twitter. Why don't we just slow down? You're making a couple of poor decisions."
Really?
I was like, "Who are you, Tyler?" So I started doing some research, and we started chatting a little bit. And so when we got into the bunker project, we were going to do it. I said, "I got to call this guy who said I'm doing the wrong things." I said, "He obviously knows what he's doing."
Right.
So we've been very excited to have Tyler Ray. He's here, and Monton Golf is actually doing the physical work. And it's 25 years in the making of getting work done at Lulu Country Club. So we're
Nothing's been done over the past 25 years.
Yeah, about 2002, I believe they did some work. Okay. So it's about 20 years. I like to exaggerate, as everybody knows. So about 20 years the bunkers haven't been done. And they started in mid-April, right during the gap season, and they're going to finish up roughly August 1st. They're going to go over to Green Valley and do some work for those guys.
Okay, now Tyler Ray has been mentored in his past by Ron Pritchard.
Yeah.
No unknown name around these parts, especially a Donald Russ guy, and of course this is a Donald Russ designed course that opened back in it seems like every Donald Russ course opened around 1910 to 1920 around here, but this is one of them. And like you say, not a lot of work's been done to restore. We were talking a little bit about how you can tell how the greens have kind of shrunk a little bit over time. The sprinkler heads are not as close to some of the greens as they should be, simply because, over the course of, 100 years, those greens tend to get a little smaller, and that's going to be on the future
That's
plan.
the future plan. We have a bunch of future plans. Once the bunkers are wrapped up, hopefully next year we get on the driving range. We're going to expand that probably about 100 yards so we can hit off the grass more often. We have the tee boxes. I don't think have done anything to those in 110 years. So those all have to be corrected and leveled and fixed. And Tyler's going to help us with that, and Doug Motton from Motton Golf is going to help us with that stuff. We've got a lot of projects going on here the next 5 years. We've got to make up for the last 20 years. The membership's excited. I'm excited. The staff, it depends on how hot it is with the amount of watering they have to do, how excited they are. But everybody is just pumped up about what's going on here at the Lou.
Right, yeah, the Lou is the place. Talk about what Tyler, now he didn't redesign too many of these. He just kind of added some fine touches.
He did.
Motton Golf then took over based on his
So
design.
so basically, Motton Golf comes in, they strip all the bunkers, as you can see here in the background, they strip them. Tyler Ray will come in and he'll redo the lines on the bunkers to make them look better and cooler. Basically, he really only moved one bunker. On the 7th hole, we moved one bunker, really. The rest of them, he's keeping where they are. He's reshaping them a little bit. He's pulling old aerials from 1912 and 1924. I don't even know when planes were invented, but he's somehow getting the aerials from then. So he's doing that, and then they come in. We put our liners in. We sod everything, and we get the sand. Right now, we've got 7 holes completed, and we should be wrapped up here hopefully end of July.
And it hasn't done anything to slow down the pace of play. I mean, we're here today on a Friday in June.
Yeah.
And how many are on the tee sheet?
250.
250.
So, Motton, that was my question to Brett Nagy when he came in from Motton Golf is, do we have to close a hole? I don't want to have a hole closed every day while the guys are working and playing. And he goes, our guys are used to us, don't worry. So what happened day one? Golf ball right through the excavator window.
Oh,
so
they're used to that.
They're used to that. I said, am I paying for that, or are you guys paying for that? That was my question. So it's a balance of the guys getting work done, and the members have been great. If they see the guys on the green side, they kind of make sure they hit to the left of them. And when our guys are watering all the sod, they're very respectful of the members, and it's worked out well so far.
Sure, and they hit it in there, you take it out, it's ground under repair, and in a few weeks, hey, you're on your own, right?
I'm shooting the best scores I've ever shot with no bunkers right now. It's great. This first 7 holes I struggle, I get back here, I'm freewheeling, going at every pin, getting free drops. So we've been happy with that portion of it.
Now, not far from where we are, just over my sholders, is the driving range, practice area. You're going to have some work done over there.
Yeah, we're going to talk again. I've made some poor decisions with how to design stuff on my own. I was like, it's not that hard. You write on a piece of paper what you want to do. I don't know what I'm doing. So Tyler's going to take the lead on that, and Brett, and tell us how we should design the driving range. We're going to redo our chipping green here to my left. We're going to have them redo that also. That's in the plans. We've got a new putting green. We've got green expansions that we need done. This fall, Tyler's going to come out, and we're going to reshape some of the fairways. And we paid all this money for the bunkers, but what happens is the fairways, they shrink over time too. The guys mowing, they keep getting closer. So now the fairways are a little too small, and the bunkers are too far off the fairways. So instead of moving the bunkers, which is a monumental task, you shift the fairway a little bit, which is pretty simple work. So Tyler's going to come in and redo those lines for us to help us get that look back for what we're looking for.
One of the big topics, and it seems like it's never ending in golf, is distance and how far guys are hitting it today compared to what they did years ago. And this golf course, 1912, so it's over 100 years old. Are you going to do in 30 seconds or less? Do you have plans to lengthen, or can you lengthen? I mean, it's a small footprint.
It's a small footprint. We don't need to. I mean, I hit it pretty far, and the bunkers are in play for me. We've added a few mounds here or there on holes 7 and 10, to help with the longer players, to give them a little struggle with nothing in play, but we really don't have to move anything.
Right.
Donald knew what he was doing.
That's good. Yeah, Donald certainly knew what he was doing. All right, stay with us. We'll be back. Another segment here with John from Lulu, the Lou, next on Inside Golf. The oldest state or regional golf association in the country hits a milestone this year. GAP celebrates its 125th birthday. Celebrating amateur golf since 1897, GAP has evolved to include 300-plus member clubs, more than 90,000 individual members. It offers events for males and females of all ages and ability levels. GAP continues to uphold its mission to preserve, protect, and promote the game of golf. Happy birthday, GAP.
Do you think this Valley Forest vacation was your idea? We've been patrolling us the whole time. This racing game is great, but nothing beats the real thing.
That sloth you think I love so much gets me a free trip to the zoo.
They don't know they're hungry yet, but I do. I'm starving!
Charlie, Charlie! Works every time.
Just wait until you see that plan for the next trip. Visit Valley Forge where kids make the rules.
And welcome back to Inside Golf from Lulu in Upper Dublin Township. Harry Donahue along with John Rusk. You know, I opened up the show today, John, talking about, for any good golfer, certain qualities that they need is, patience and consistency and determination, short memory, and a dedication to his game, or in your case, what you were trying to accomplish. A lot of obstacles over the past, 7 years or so, but you always kept your eye on the finish line, and here you are. Did you think you were going to get this far?
I don't like to say but I think we thought we would eventually get here. We didn't think we would do it as quickly as we did. COVID was actually great for the golf industry. Our new clubhouse opened in 2020. COVID hit in 2020. It was a perfect storm for.
So you were sitting around here with.
We're sitting around here,
like,
new clubhouse. Nobody's here, but members are trying to join.
Right.
COVID hits, we open up. It's been great. The membership is absolutely fantastic. We filled the membership to the brim. We've got roughly 8 to 12 month waiting list to get into the club right now.
Wow.
I think there's over 100 people on the waiting list trying to hang out at the Lou here. So we've been very fortunate with what's going on here the last few years.
Talk about the membership. The membership at the Lou this year, you ready, folks? Had 3 of the 4 semifinalists playing in the Golf Association of Philadelphia's BMW Philadelphia Amateur Championship. And 2 went to the finals, and they are Michael Brown, Jeff Cunningham, 2 guys of different ages. We want to congratulate Mike Brown for completing, I guess you could say, the Grand Slam in GAP by winning his first Philadelphia Amateur Championship. So, Mike Brown, was it a surprise that Mike pulled it off?
He didn't win the club championship, but he won the Philly Amateur, so I guess that's better.
Tells you about the membership here at Lulu. And hey, congratulations to Jeff Cunningham, former college golfer at Drexel, plays a lot of golf here at the Lou, must have helped his game. And by the way, he beat this guy, John Rusk, in the semifinals. It went down to, the 17th hole?
17th hole, he picked on an old man is what I told him when he was done. So, but he's a great kid, and we love having him out here.
Well, for you to compete, first of all, to make it through qualifying, get into match play, get all the way to the semifinals, is that as deep as you've ever done in the Philly Am?
Yeah, I haven't played in it in 20 years, so it's been a long time. So I don't like walking.
So when Jeff Cunningham was a toddler.
He wasn't born yet last time I played.
Of course, 2 years ago, the GAP interclub matches were won by the team here from the Lou. So you guys are like a club of champions.
We're the SEC powerhouse. We're the new Alabama. We're not scared to tell.
Don't tell that to Jimbo Fisher.
No, we're not scared to tell anybody either. You know?
Well, and part of the vibe here, aside from the great golf and what you've done to attract members and have a waiting list, et cetera, is this clubhouse that you built. I mean, literally resurrected after the fire.
2015, yeah.
Yeah, 7 years ago. Beautiful clubhouse. The deck space alone. But, when you go indoors, and we've been there for inside golf, inside and out, it's spectacular, and that has to mean a lot.
It's great.
To future members.
It's great for future members, but the members we have, you get done, you grab a drink and a sandwich with. You might not have played with them, but the place is always packed, so you can always go in there and you come over for lunch or you come over for dinner, and you always get to meet somebody new and talk to somebody new, and you make a lot of new friends. The place is rocking and rolling every day, and we're proud of that fact.
And it's not just, scratch players or plus handicap guys.
We
you got across the board.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Caligiuri's probably the worst golfer in Philly, and he's a member here. So
Joe, if you're watching, that was John Rusk, not me.
All right. He knows, don't worry. Everybody knows.
But he has as good a time
He
as
has the goodest time of the day.
Jim Sullivan, who's not a 20-something handicap.
My locker's here, Sully's is here, and Joe Caligiuri's right next to me. So
that's they were always looking for a fourth.
We're always looking for a fourth. Come on over.
You can probably be John or Sully's partner.
Exactly.
And today, like we're here, you have a one-day women's member guest, so it's gender equal, right?
Women can play here anytime they want. 6:30 in the morning on weekends. Come on over. We welcome everybody all the time.
And this time of the year, 6:30 is not a bad time to tee you up.
It's a little hot out here today.
Baking sun on this deck.
Exactly.
But it's just the vibe, and it's not just during the traditional golf season. I know in the wintertime you have a lot of things going on inside, and it's really in Upper Dublin or beyond. It's really become the place to be.
It is. Everybody loves everybody, and we have a good time here, to say the least.
Well, John, thanks for hosting. Stick around. We'll be back right after we go a few feet away. Our Inside Golf panel is back here at the Lulu. That's next here on Inside Golf.
Tournaments aren't good enough. You have to play 72 holes. That's not enough competition.
Right. Welcome back. Inside Golf now continues under a real beautiful sky and a lot of heat here at the Lulu Country Club in Orland. We have assembled here on the back deck at this beautiful clubhouse to talk a little bit golf with our panel. Welcoming back, how about Joe Giuliano, for a long time writer at the Philadelphia Inquirer, golf being one of his assignments, and college football and basketball. And he was reminding us he used to sit on these topics until he really got important. So welcome back to Teed Off.
Thanks, Harry. Good to be back.
Always a pleasure to see you. Matt Fry, no stranger. Matt, of course, Director of Communications, Philadelphia Section of the PGA. Another comeback here today is Oscar Mestri. Oscar has took a little hiatus. President of GAP, Golf Association of Philadelphia, and always a pleasure to have the best player on the panel back with us.
Thank you. Great to be back.
Huh?
Harry.
Okay, let's talk a little golf in particular. Liv's not going away, Joe. They've added to the list of participants for their second event, second of 8 that's scheduled. I think they're going to increase that maybe to 14 next year. First of all, we've had previous discussions on Teed Off about Liv. It got through the first tournament. Not everybody was happy maybe with the way it was played and the format. Your thoughts on going forward now? What can we expect in terms of either who's going to add it, and we have added names to the number 2 event.
I think that's the only thing that keeps Liv in the news is the latest people who to join the tour, their tour. Like we mentioned, Matthew Wolff and Carlos Ortiz from the PGA Tour have moved over. DeChambeau's moved over. Brooks Koepka has moved over. So people want to see the new people to join the tour. But I think you mentioned the format, Harry. I mean, 54 holes, shotgun format, and teams now. I saw a tweet from Sergio Garcia last night where they were going to redraft. They were going to change the name of his team from whatever it was, Redbirds, Renegades. I can't remember what it was.
Right.
But I don't know where the interest is lying. The fact that it's in the U.S. At Pumpkin Ridge in Portland, Oregon, kind of gives it some interest. They're also going to be playing in suburban Chicago. They're also going to be playing at 2 Trump properties, the one in Bedminster, New Jersey, and the other one at Doral.
That's the final event down in Florida.
So,
here's the thing, and for Joe, for everybody. Liv, it's more though than just adding names. It's already gotten quite a reaction from Jay Monahan.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I mean, he has upped the ante in several events for 2024.
Right.
He has, I think, tried to do what he can within boundaries to save other guys from leaving. You mentioned Koepka. Now Koepka, he thought he had him in the back. He went to Koepka's wedding, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm sure, I don't know if they talked about it, but they'd have a lot to talk about now, Matt, don't you think?
Yeah,
like what happened with Bruce Koepka, or Brooks Koepka?
I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I'm sure, you know, the dollar signs got the best of him, you know, which I can understand, but I just see this as just greed. It's just pure greed on the players' part, and it's something that I find rather distasteful just because they're making so much money as it is, and they want more to do less. And it's just something that I don't find interesting, and the golf, like Joe was saying, isn't at the level where it grabs my attention. Right now, I think people are interested just because it's kind of like a car wreck. Like, they're slowing down, they're rubbernecking, right? Let's see what's going on here and see where it goes.
Right. Oscar, you know, if you talk to a group of people like us who are a little more involved in the game and what's going on than most golfers, you get a similar discussion on, you know, the particulars of, to 95% of the people who play golf. I went out there today here at Lulu to these people playing behind us. I don't think they would have the same maybe opinions that we have. First of all, they may not have any opinion.
Yeah.
Like, well, live what? Like live, you know what live stands for, don't you? It's the Roman numerals for 54. You talked about 50. Yeah. That's how they kept it. And I think the guy who's putting up all the money said if anybody shoots, what's the score? 54?
54, yeah.
They get $100 million or something. Now, maybe you could do it. I don't think the
if
the
I
rest
quit
of
at the
us
right
could.
time, I
But
could.
you know what I mean? Like, do you think the average guy that you play with cares about the Live Tour or cares about the PGA Tour except for maybe 5 or 6 events?
No, I do believe that there's caring. I mean, I think, it depends how rooted you are in the traditions of the game. But, I mean, I think the business person might say, hey, it's competition, right? Free competition, and this is good. But I think that most people that take the time to look into it a little bit, what it is, what they are trying to do with the sovereign wealth fund, you know, of Saudi Arabia, and, you know, kind of, you know, throw enough money at it to erase, you know, potential, you know, the history of how that money might have been made.
Which is not a novel idea in sports, but taking it forward, is there a possibility, in a minute we have left here, I'd like to get all of you to comment on this. Down the road, not maybe next year or the year after, they're going to meet. Well, it may not be with the current management, the current commissioner, but just history tells me that if there's enough money out there for Live, they're going to be around long enough that the PGA Tour is going to say, okay, what do we have to do to bring us back together?
Here's the thing, Harry. Where's these new players that went to Live? Koepka, DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson. Where's the world ranking points going to come from? To play major championships, you have to have ranking points. You'll be, if you're ranked in the top 50, top 60 by a certain date, you get to play in the Masters, the U.S. Open, the PGA. Where the world ranking points come in, is the World Rankings Committee going to have a thing where, 54-hole tournaments aren't good enough? You have to play 72 holes. That's not enough competition.
Right.
Well, they could change the format and make it 72 and change it to World of the Roman numerals for 72.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, where's the world ranking points going to come from?
Right.
And are these guys going to miss playing in majors after the Open Championship in July?
Right. Yeah. We got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm very similar
okay.
to what Joe said. You know, I feel like some players might not even care about playing in the majors. Not all of them. A lot of them will want to play in the majors, but some just want to make some money. And they'll probably continue to do that no matter how it shakes out.
Right. Yeah.
They've already determined what they want to do. They're all about the money.
Right. It'll be interesting to see down the road who's going to give a little bit on both sides.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be back. More of Inside Golf coming up. Designed by Donald Ross, Lulu Country Club is one of the premier private golf courses in Montgomery County. This classic 18-hole course boasts a new state-of-the-art clubhouse with many amenities for members to enjoy. Members are invited to play in events, tournaments, and enjoy guest privileges. For more information, contact membership at lulucc.com.
For over 2 decades, First Tee has created experiences that build character. We believe every kid deserves to feel supported, safe to try something new, and to be prepared for what comes next. We develop their swing, but more importantly, their inner strength. Because we know what's inside doesn't just count, it changes the game. Come join us at First Tee.
Do you think this Valley Forge vacation was your idea? We've been controlling us the whole time. This racing game is great, but nothing beats the real thing.
That sloth you think I love so much gets me a free trip to the zoo.
They don't know they're hungry yet, but I do. I'm starving!
Charlie, Charlie! Works every time.
Just wait until you see what I plan for the next trip. Visit Valley Forge, where kids make the rules.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf here at Lulu Country Club. John, thanks again for your hospitality. Always a pleasure. Keep it going. Club of Champions, Lulu Country Club. And for more information, people can go to your website, which is
lulucc.com. Come over, check us out, talk to our membership director, Melissa. She'll get you squared away.
Get you squared away. This is the place to be if not only for golf, but for social activities. It's a real hubbub, folks. It's like a beehive here today on this beautiful Friday morning here at Lulu. 250 rounds plus today. You're doing something right, my friend.
We try. As long as the members are happy, we're happy. That's all that matters.
I hear you. That's going to do it for John Rusk and myself. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. And remember, the Lou is the place to be in Montgomery County. See you next week on Inside Golf. The 25th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. Your next golf getaway is in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Visit montcogolf.com. By the First Tee Greater Philadelphia. The First Tee not only helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit firstteephiladelphia.org. By the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, a community of professionals enhancing the game of golf since 1925. Make sure you thank your golf course superintendent today. By Gap, celebrating 125 years of amateur golf. By Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, a digital publication and private business network. Read the current issue free at jerseymanmagazine.com. By the Haverford Trust Company. For life's must-haves, there's Haverford. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998. The Philadelphia PGA Section, the experts in the game and business of golf.